which is fine, right? But the work I'm doing, it doesn't feel fulfilling.
Got it.
So it's not like it's not impactful, but it's so far away.
You feel like you're capable of more.
Exactly. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like I have more in me that I can provide to the world instead of going to a 9 to 5.
I get it. I totally. I get it.
So, and other goals that I have is to retire my parents.
Nice. So this is not just about
It's
you.
not just about
This
me.
is for your family.
This is for my family.
People that are taking care of you.
Exactly. And in the future, I don't have like I'm not married right now, but in future, like I want to.
You want to be able to have your own family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And be there for my kids and not I want to take my daughter to school. I want
not be a slave to the Fortune 500.
Exactly. I don't want to be stuck in a rat race where it's like, and I feel like right now it's a perfect opportunity for me to take risks, right? Instead of waiting until I'm like 35 and trying to.
You're absolutely right. How old are you?
I'm gonna turn 25 December.
Oh, so you're 24 years old, man.
Yeah, 24.
You've got 5 years till you're even 30 years old.
Yeah,
and
so I want that 5 years.
Yeah.
I want to go in as much as I can. Right?
And you're already
even if I fail,
At least you tried and you know what you're capable of.
Exactly.
No, I respect that a lot. That's why I left the car business. I was making 6 figures a year doing that, but I was a slave to.
Yeah.
And I'm not a guy with a formal education. I don't have a bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
I went to Valencia, but so for me to get a job at like a Fortune 500 company or to make like a lawyer's salary or something like that, that's hard without the experience. If you don't have the education, if you don't have a bachelor's degree from at least a university. So to work my way up through that, to get that sales experience that's transferred to where now I can go in pretty much any industry and make decent money. But however, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to run with a startup. The owner of this company is a friend of mine, and he's a partner of mine on the Candle company. So it's something I definitely believe in, and I've made sacrifices for. And when you start your own company, you're gonna have to make a lot of sacrifices. But it sounds like you're somebody that already understands that, and you're willing to put that out there. So that's awesome. Well, what questions do you still have about how to better pursue your career and to get that foot in the door, so to speak?
Well, like questions I have is that when should I feel comfortable enough to
leave?
Quit my job?
That's a very, very good question.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that I personally left at a time when I probably should have still stayed with the company. However, once I realized I was at that point where I no longer wanted to do this, it's a great position, great opportunity for a lot of people. Even guys that spent years in the car business don't get to that position that I was at. So with that said, like leaving that almost seemed like a bad decision.
Yeah.
So for me, I left once I realized it wasn't right for me anymore, because I no longer I just couldn't, for any amount of money, I just couldn't keep going to that job. And they've even asked me to come back and stuff, and it's like, it's not about flexibility of schedule, it's not about money at this point. I just don't want to work in the car business.
Yeah.
I feel like my brain and I can do more, just like you.
Yeah, exactly.
So I just don't want to trap myself in that lifestyle. A lot of people do that. They get houses, nice apartments, nice cars, this, that, and the other. They trap themselves in these big bills because they have the income. They have 10 grand, 12 grand coming in every 20 grand a month, whatever, some of these guys. So it's like they can live that lifestyle. However, I believe that I'm willing to sacrifice in the short term to gain in the long term. I'm willing to forego a lot of those luxurious and lifestyle type things in order to where I'm in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, I can live the life that I truly want. I'm not a slave to anybody, or I'm not to necessarily answer. Hopefully, it's just kind of like, If I want to take my family and go on a vacation, I can do that. If I want to help a certain charity, I can do that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can do good. People say money's bad. I disagree. I believe it's the motives behind it.
Yeah.
If you have good intentions on what you want to do, you can change the world. A lot of people have.
Yeah.
Money is very powerful. So, and right now, as Gary Vee likes to talk about with the internet, this is the most life-changing, revolutionary invention in the history of mankind. And we're in the first 25 years of it being really utilized. I mean, we could say the internet's been around since the 60s, but no, I'm talking about social media, talking about actually being able to e-commerce, digital transactions, to be able to utilize it to our capability. And obviously every day it's changing what we're able to do with it. So, like, you know, it's amazing. And now we're lucky enough to be born within the first 25 years of this being, and, you know, so we have to run with it. A lot of people don't see the potential. A lot of people don't understand how much money is being made, and so they kind of sleep on it, so to speak. However, if you've got someone with the right mind and the right focus, you can capitalize. And so when the economy does crash, you've got that money, you've got those resources. You're not trapped into a lifestyle that you can no longer maintain because that job might go away. So, with that said, like, you asked me when did I know it was right to leave?
Yeah.
Financially, I should have probably stayed. However, I was willing to change my lifestyle in order to run with my beliefs, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
So, you know.
So in other words, you didn't have the right amount.
Correct. I could have been safer. I could have been financially safer to stay even another month.
Yeah.
But at that point, it was like a breaking point. I was like,
yeah.
I'm working 12 hours a day. I'm running 20 25 cars as a sales manager. Like, a lot of headaches, a lot of chaos, and you're selling cars. To be honest, it's not a lot of fun all the time. Just a lot of headaches. Just a lot of people just boom, breaking you down, and it's like, it's nonsense a lot of the times. It's just straight nonsense. So I was like, man, I'm born from where I can do more, and I just don't want to, you know, I had to leave. Could I have stayed there for more? Yeah, but that wasn't, I just couldn't mentally, personally, I was out.
No, I totally understand. Yeah.
So, with that said, I mean, you know,